Hello, welcome back to Kaiserreich. It's been a while since I've recorded this because I've been having voice issues, as I do. But, like, I've tried to record a couple of times, didn't really work out, but we're trying again this time. So, first of all, let's get into the annexation of Greece, because we do have to actually take a stance on that. We'll liberate the Hellenic commune, because that's what we do. And, let's see. New research slot. We could do the M5 half-track for the memes, because we will have just god-like production, and I believe it only needs rubber and steel, which are both things that we can get by, or we can come by. Steel is being hemorrhaged, I think, due to the production of the fleet, but we're not going to be, like, struggling for that until a bit later. At which point, I'm hoping that we'll have steel from Russia. Alright, well, let's have a look at this extremely laggy situation over here. Oh my god. Yeah, the game is not built for this. Or, rather, it is, but it was built by Paradox. Yeah, fuck it, I'm not even gonna touch this stuff. Just, get rid of those. I'm gonna let them do their thing. Getting involved in there is just gonna cost us manpower. I think instead, we're gonna send the tanks, though, because they can be effective in, like, smaller engagements. And we'll send the Marines, can they? I don't think they can, but I wanna try. Doesn't look like it's working, no. Yeah, no. So we can't get through Turkey and stuff. That's sad, but it'll be fine. We'll fight our way through here and then naval invade towards Russia that way. Alright, well, let's unpause and just see what happens. Oh yeah, it's all going well. I wasn't expecting them to be able to hold for long with, you know, all this bearing down on them, but I was expecting them to be able to at least hold us back to the extent that we would be suffering just absurdly disproportionate casualties to them. Because they do have a lot of mountains, and of course they are the Serbs, so they're good at that kind of thing, and also we're just stacked with way too many men in way too small a region. Man, I'm dreading the war with Russia already. Let's see, free naval dockyards. Let's actually have a look at our fleet again. Or not our fleets, our navy composition. Where do you do that again? I think it's over here. Yeah, there we go. So you can see, 5 heavy carriers, that's good. 6 dreadnoughts, good enough. 9 fast battleships, so this is a really good balance, but we do need more of the heavy ships. Just to make up the backbone of more and larger fleets, so that we can actually, we can project our power even further. So I'm gonna, let's see, those are advanced. We don't have a lot of modern stuff here. I'll make a couple more Hemingways. But we're gonna need to research the new new hulls so we can make new ships. We also will need a lot more navy experience here. See, we need to find places to actually fight with our navies, because we aren't really gaining a lot of navy experience. Or we could just send them out to train. Let's see, let's just set the entire second fleet to train. And then first fleet. You do you. So, let's see, we literally do not need any of this bullshit, so I'm just gonna do, let's see, I'm gonna do one of these. I'm gonna do naval production. And I think we're going to need to assign, let's see, we'll have the second fleet, I think, operate out here. And then we'll have the first fleet, I think, operate around this region. And then just have raiders and stuff near the Black Sea, because I don't expect the Russians to have a big fleet presence in the Black Sea. Usually they have it over here, in Nikolaevsk, or in Vladivostok, or they have it over here in, like, Arkhangelsk. Let's see, ships, that's what we were meant to do. Modern submarine is also tempting, because they're very cheap to outfit. But we want to do the modern dreadnought and the modern fast battleship. I think we're going to do the fast battleship first, because we have the 100% bonus, as well as... shit, no, that's the wrong one. We don't want to have Philadelphia, we want to have... Oh shit, we can't actually get one, never mind. Right? Yeah, we can't. Oh well, small ship and cruiser manufacturer. So we'll probably swap over to cruiser manufacturer and make armored cruisers, which are the... Where are they? They're the panzer ships. Make a couple of those as well. We functionally have no need for the panzer ships, I don't think. There we go. It has begun. We functionally have no need for the panzer ships, but I kind of want to have a very, very, very flexible navy, because we have the production to make one. But yeah, here we go. The war against Russia has begun, so the first step in the war against Russia is the dealing with Sweden, so that we can collapse the front lines and, you know, keep the naval bases over here out of you know, any sort of threat. Let's stop mining over there. There really is no need. In fact, we should probably be mining out here. This is probably gonna go... Actually, we'll hold them. We'll have them hold, because they're entrenched at the moment. We'll let them figure this out. See if they get... Like, if they start to get overrun, we'll send reinforcements their way. But I kind of just want to hold here, because this is a lot of mountainous terrain. Which is great to allow the Russians to just beat against our, you know, impenetrable fortification, or our, like, wall of Norwegian mountains here, and then we'll push back if we see that they get exhausted. These guys, though, we do need to push, because they have a very easy time of encircling us by just taking a couple of tiles here. In fact, I probably should have prepared for that by building... I can't, because they're not a puppet, are they? Yeah, they aren't. If they were a puppet, I would have built more naval bases up here to sort of give supply lines, even if we potentially get encircled. The Finns are... Yeah, they are a puppet of Russia, so they are going to get called in eventually. Let's just make another... Let's make another Reed class and another Hemingway. Oh, sorry, that's a Red America. Oh, fine. That's fine too. Because we're gonna get the fast battleship anyway, so I don't want to make another Hemingway actually. That's too many Hemingways on. Yeah, too many Hemingways. Just no need. Let's have the light tanks, I guess, try to help out here. Like that probably looks good. And I'm not going to be paying too much attention to this front at the moment, because the real front is over here. We need to reassign the fleets. Let's see, we'll set the destroyer squadrons. Actually, we need to redock them all. So I think the big ships will be docked at Scapa Flow. Just because that gives them more space away from enemy air, like air forces and stuff, so they can't bomb them. I'm treating this as if the Russians have the resources to win against us. That's the best way to plan, in my opinion. But I doubt they'll actually be able to bomb our stuff and whatnot. Yeah, we'll reassign them over there, and then we'll set them up afterwards to be fighting off the coast of Norway and Sweden. There we go, Tibet. Interesting. See, these guys are doing well, so I'm gonna activate them. These guys, I'll have them hold. Don't want to activate them yet. It is December, so... Okay, we're doing well here. We're doing absurdly well. There goes Sweden as well. These guys must have shifted around, because our projected outcome is much better at the moment. Though, yeah, our enemy isn't attacking us, which means I think they think that they can't take us, which, I mean, that's good for us, I guess. Oh god. Yep. Yep. That's cool. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Alright. We'll try this. We're giving up our entrenched positions, but it seems to have paid off. If we hit them hard everywhere, then... What the fuck? That's a problem. If we hit them hard everywhere, Huh. Finland hasn't been called in. No, that is... Wait, no... yeah, I thought for sure we took the Finnmark Plateau, but apparently not. Finland hasn't been called in. Yet. Strange. Poland, not doing too hot. There we go. So now our front lines are all kinds of jacked because of that. We'll push all the way down to Luleå, I think. So I want to have something like that as a final front line there. We'll start them because the force projection is very, very good in our favor there. And since they're abandoning some land here, which I wasn't expecting, but I was hoping, we can send the motorized down to just capture stuff. And, for example, encircle the boys down by Denmark so we can push through Denmark. And the second fleet is now in position, so we'll have the destroyer squadron be on patrol, I think. Right? Down here. Patrol. Strike force. Patrol. Strike force and... Strike force and patrol. Man, the air war is not looking well in our favor, or good in our favor here. It's just fucking assign 400. Oh no, I can't. I hate that. They need to make the air interface a little bit more easy to work with. Cool. Now do Tibet, please. Five convoys, okay, cool. Now this is terrain we've actually taken. Like, yeah, Inari, and we're moving into Lapland. Or Inari, or however you pronounce that. Is there anything I haven't paid attention to? No. We've got war support, we've got stability, we've got all that. We've got way too much political power. We should have more decisions, honestly. I wish there were more dynamic decisions, kind of like Kaiserreich, where you can... like, you have trade-offs and stuff. I like that part of the mod. There's plenty of stuff I don't like about Kaiserreich, but there's also plenty of stuff I do like. Alright, let's hold these guys. Nothing seems to be happening here in Serbia. I guess we'll just have to wait for the people in the north here to deal with it. I'm just gonna... say fuck it, you guys don't even need to be there. Send them to Romania instead. Because I want to have them up against Russia here. Or as my lecturer in economic history calls them, Rusher. Don't know where he's from. I think he's either German or Dutch. He sounds very Dutch, but he also has been like... he's worked at German universities and stuff. Let's see, new Marines. We have plenty of Marines in this Marine Corps, so I'm not gonna assign them there. Holy shit, an invasion of Russia on my channel, that's not going terribly. And we even started in winter. What the hell? I'll make a second Marine Corps, but I'm not gonna actually, like, fully finish them. Oh, this is actually the second Marine Corps. Well, shit. Rip the first Marine Corps. I'll split some of these guys off into the first and then, or third maybe. Now we'll revive the first Marine Corps. I'll split some of them into that, and then send them out to die on the beaches. As you do with the Marines. Let's send the tanks somewhere else, because the mountains don't seem to be working all that well for them. Especially not the fortified mountains of Bulgaria. Or the fortified mountains, or like the fortified Carpathians. Those are probably a bad place as well. Let's just send the tanks down into Greece. We'll give them some administrative leave, and then... fuck it. Like, where do I send these guys? Guess we'll send them, here, and then we can collapse this, or sort of, like, shorten this front line, because it's getting kind of long. We need to fix this here. I think it's time we retreat. Pull back a little bit. Let the infantry come back and consolidate the front line, because we're overextending ourselves a little bit. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Panzership, a cruiser. Keep in mind, the Russian Navy isn't all that big. They have a lot of panzer ships and stuff here, which I'm guessing is like an inland fleet, or inland sea fleet. Not a lot of trade going through here, apparently. Heavy X to doubt on that. Honestly, have no clue what to build. I hate this part of the game so much. I hate it with a burning passion. It's, in my opinion, it's the thing that Stellaris did well, that this game did poorly. The whole, like, I've got so much industry, what do I build? Well, in Stellaris, you've always got shit to use it on, I guess. Because you can, like... Here, you basically got, you know, these are all the things you can build. But while in Stellaris, you can build a bunch of different things to sort of restructure your economy or like refocus your economy on different things. While in this, it's all like a linear, like upwards graph or whatever. While in Stellaris, it's not that way. They try to make it not that linear with having two things for industrial capacity. In the past, I believe it was only industrial capacity, and now you've got civilian factories and military factories, though don't quote me on that. It's been a while since I played Darkest Tower and Hearthstone 2. Oh, they're counterattacking. But yeah, apologies if like my uneducated musings on game design are not your particular like bag of tea or whatever, bag of dicks. I do have some like strong opinions though on the way games are made. So what do we do here now? We could send the medium tanks up with the light tanks, try for a very hard push towards Petrograd, or we could send tanks to Sweden, I suppose, to the southern parts of Sweden. Because the light tanks don't seem to be doing much over here right now. And we don't necessarily need them to hold at all, because light tanks aren't necessarily a defensive thing. So I'm going to send them down to southern Sweden. And the medium tanks, which are stretched thin, we'll consolidate them. Let's see, these guys. Consolidate them too. There you go, and Milton Wolf. Starting to like recognize their names, or like recognize their faces and be able to say their names as I look at them. Kind of cool that you learn a lot of historical people through Kaiserreich and Hearthstone 4. Of course, they aren't in their actual historical positions in Kaiserreich. That would be absurd. But you still learn about the people, sort of, and some of their background. Though it often is slightly fictionalized for the purposes of serving the Kaiserreich universe. So I'll send these guys over towards the Baltic states, since we seem to be winning the air war in Poland. We only need to basically fight the air war for a long time until the Russians run out of oil, which I'm sort of... I sort of imagine they already have. And they're justifying it against me, okay. Again. So yeah, we basically just need to wait until they run out of oil and then run out of planes as we steadily outproduce them, because we have such like industrial powerhouses as the Prussian Republic, the state of Hanover, and the state of, the Rhenish Socialist Republic, the Union of Britain, Commune of France, and the Socialist Republic of America, which is, you know, the most absurd one of all of them in terms of industrial production. I like this. Our force projection, or our projected outcome or whatever, is so good. Force comparison, sorry. Force projection is a different thing. That's what carriers and navies and stuff are for. But force comparison is so good, yet nothing is happening because of the mountains and the forts. Like this also, like the Swedes have all just flocked up to the north. And they're like, yo, Russia, can you hold the south for us? And the Russians are like, yeah, sure, dude. Meanwhile, the Norwegians are at the gates in Gothenburg, in Göteborg. Oh yeah, dude, I just realized what we can do. Because we can't naval invade this yet. Also, I like the song a lot. What we can do is naval invade here first, and then mainland Sweden. Or not. Buddy, what's the problem? There we go. The Iranians want a non-aggression pact. That's cool. This dude, he looks like you know the new Spider-Man films, like Homecoming and stuff. Peter Parker's asshole friend from class who like makes fun of him all the time. He looks like him. Kind of. Sort of. Sure, you will be the 2nd Marine Corps leader at the moment. How far away from owning Invader is he? Like he's halfway there. First Marine Corps. Works. And why are these guys in Africa now? These guys need to be, let's put them in Western Europe for now, honestly. We'll need to start setting up dedicated, like, army groups that are not actually geographically, like, dependent, or geographically, what's the word for it? I'm looking for, like, that aren't made out of geographical necessity, but rather tactical necessity, so kind of like Kampfgruppes, like, or Kampfgruppe, like, just ad hoc organizations, like a structural organization for the Marines and stuff, and potential paratroopers in the future, that will have a field marshal who is more geared towards the like special forces side of things. But yeah, y'all will be set up to naval invade, I think. Oh shit. Malmö's ours. Maybe they won't then. Maybe we'll set them to do something silly, like, for example... Also, we sank something. Where are the Russians? Yeah. There we go. That stuff, like, it has some strategic purpose, though I strongly doubt the Russians will actually utilize it. But you know, it still serves a sort of... Or it still is a threat to us, I suppose. And if we could take, like, the Far East in Russia, that would be amazing. Just hold it. We don't necessarily want to, like, take it and spread out. We just want to hold it so that they can't trade through this region. Russians are gonna get a lot of oil now. That's bad. build out the industry in Canada a bit. And sure, Hanover as well. Marshall Plan 2.0. Let's have a look at these guys. Sure, let's activate everyone across the line. They're not going to be able to actually take the land at the moment, but I want to be wearing the Russians out all across the line. This is a sort of a war of attrition strategy, which is generally not advised, but the thinking is that so long as there are no like fresh troops across the line for the Russians, the fact that we have far more troops than them will work to our advantage, because that means that we'll almost always have some fresh troops who can capitalize on the lack of fresh troops for the Russians. And by fresh troops, I mean like troops that actually have organization and stuff. But that's my thinking anyways. So our incredible numbers will work to our advantage, because the French troops will just jump onto any sort of weakness that they can spot after we, for example, get beaten back. Alright, we have 5 nukes. I'm not going to use them until we see a very, very real need for it, because using nukes is kind of, you know, despicable, and probably not something that would go well with our constituency in, you know, syndicalist or radical socialist America. Well, we are at past the 30-minute mark, so that brings us to the end of the episode. I want to say thank you so much for watching. If you're interested, you can find me on social media and stuff like that. And also, before I go, I want to say a special thank you to all of these excellent individuals who have supported me on Patreon. If you'd like to do so as well, you can find the Patreon link in the description down below, alongside mod list, Discord link, and so on and so forth. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.